I'd like to now move on to our SEAONC Fellow. A fellow shall be a member SE, being recognized for outstanding service to the association and accomplishments in the field of structural engineering. A fellow inductee shall have been a good member in SEAONC good standing for at least 15 years. At this point, I'd like to call Ron Hamburger back up to the mic to present our newest SEAONC Fellow.
Thank you, Emily. About the only thing that is more pleasurable than receiving an award, such as the one I just received, is to be able to bestow an award on a good friend. And I have the privilege of being able to do that today. The newest SEAONC Fellow is not only a structural engineer, but also an architect. Again, if we could tap the mouse. In fact, his first professional employment was with an architecture firm in the San Francisco Bay Area. And he begged his boss for the opportunity to provide structural engineering services as well as architecture. And he did that on the First Republic Bank building in Walnut Creek. And he did it very well. Unfortunately, his employer at that time felt that he really wanted an architectural practice and not an AE practice, and told our award recipient that it would probably be best for him if he went to work with a structural engineering firm. And so he did that and joined the firm of Reed and Terex. At Reed and Terex, he designed a number of highly unusual structures. One of these was the Mare Island Pipe and Boiler Shop, a composite steel and concrete moment frame. He got to play structural engineer on a very famous building, the San Bernardino Law and Justice Center, the first base isolated new building in the United States. He designed a 6-story concrete special moment resisting frame. You don't find many of those in California. And with the next firm he joined, he did what he described as his first performance-based seismic retrofit, conversion of the Union Pacific Depot in Salt Lake City to the Gateway Union Pacific Depot and Expo Center. Also in Salt Lake City, he played an active role in the design of the new public safety building, a structural steel moment resisting frame with energy dissipation devices designed to provide continuous service for the fire department, police department, and emergency communications in Salt Lake following a major earthquake on the Wasatch Fault. Next slide, please. In addition to his career as a structural engineer and architect, he's been highly active with the Structural Engineers Association of Northern California, where he's been a member for over 40 years. I first met tonight's honoree as he presented in late 1989 or early 1990, I forget which, the work he and others were doing in restoring damaged buildings in the Marina District following the Loma Prieta earthquake. He's been a director of SEAONC for 5 years, a past president in 2017, served on 3 SEAONC technical committees, been a long-term member of the SE3 Initiative Committee, and is a training presenter for DES and SAP qualification. He's been a director of SEAONC for 3 years, chairs the SEAONC Foundation, chaired the 2020 SEAONC Convention, and has been a leading member of 7 convention committees. The Structural Engineers Association of California actually awarded him the Distinguished Member of Fellow before we did. He's also a member of the ERI and also a past delegate to NCSEA. If we can now see the photo, please. For those of you who have not guessed it, the person I've been talking about is Dick Dreyer of Holmes, a very good friend of mine. This fish was not caught last weekend on the Snake River, where I happened to be with him, but a few years back on the same location. Please welcome our newest fellow member, Dick Dreyer.
Wow. Thank you, Ron. Was that really me you were talking about? It sounded pretty good, actually. I kind of still a little bit disbelief. But before I say anything, I just wanted to congratulate you on your Carl Winkler Award. And as Emily just said, Ron is the very first member of SEAONC to be awarded all 5 awards available. And let's just give him a big round of applause. I know we can't hear him, but being winner of, should we call it the Pentafecta, Ron? I think that's what we were joking about last weekend, right? I've been coming to this June meeting for more years than I can remember. And I've watched great giants of our profession be awarded, become fellows, get the H.G. Bernier. Never, ever once did I ever think, will this ever be me someday? I just never did. Well, wow, here we are, feeling a bit speechless, and I'm still pinching myself since Emily's call a couple of weeks ago. I truly love this organization and all it has given to me over my career. I really hope that there will still be ways I can serve it and give back, because we always get twice what we give here at SEAONC, and the satisfaction that one way or another we help propel the organization forward in some way. I'm going to be short. I'd like to thank the nominating committee who had to take the time to hash over all the great names for this award. I also want to thank the board of directors for going along with their recommendation. They have to do that. I've been there. So thank you again.